works.
No, it's Everett. He's doing Everett.
It works. So,
Ronnie,
Thank
well,
you.
I'm gonna bring you back, and we're gonna do that one more time when we do the intro, if you don't mind. Just I like that. That really that spoke to me as an open house messaging thing as people walk in. I like that, the two-step approach.
Right. I love it. I love it.
So we'll get it.
Can
We'll get
you
it recorded.
can you put in the chat again what your sign said? I really like it. I would like to order that.
Somebody type that into the chat for us.
Okay, thank you.
We'll have Ronnie do it when he comes back. Kim LaPlante is here. Kim's in Maryland, I think. Is that right, Kim?
No, I am east of Atlanta, Georgia.
East of ATL. Okay. Sorry, Kim.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Wanted to tag on to that, and I got this from someone else who's actually on this call, Holly Smith. And I put a QR code outside, and I don't let them come in until they put their information in. And I attach to it, I tell them that when they submit the information, it'll send them a page about the house, it'll send them the property disclosures and that kind of stuff. But I stand at the door and they don't come in until they show me that they have submitted that information.
Kim, can we role play that for a quick second?
Sure. I didn't have all my words down, but now with some of what y'all have talked about, it's been helpful. Yes.
All right. So Kim, I don't feel comfortable signing in. I just don't really want to give them my information if that's okay.
So why does that make you uncomfortable?
I just get a lot of phone calls from people and spam and stuff. I just want to keep my stuff private. I'm sure you don't mind.
Okay.
Sure
So
okay.
what I'm hearing from you is that you don't want me to contact you. Is that correct?
I do. I mean, I'd like to see the house, but I just want to see it and I don't want to be sort of pestered after the fact.
Okay, I understand that for sure. I would ask you just to put yourself in the seller's shoes, and would you let all of these people in the house and not know who is coming in? It's really just a security matter. And I promise that I won't contact you. How's that?
You promise you're not going to contact me?
I do promise that.
Okay, I'll sign in.
All right, thank you.
It's just, I think it's that easy. Is it not?
It is. And Holly Smith has her hand up, and she's the one who I learned this through.
Love it. Love it. Holly, I'll get to you in 1 second. I'll do the intro. Welcome, everybody. It's the National Real Estate Conversation. Kind of like scripts practice, but it's more of a group mastermind. We're honored that you're here. We've got new people coming. Irina joined us through all the Facebook efforts that we've got going out. Welcome to you if you're coming from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. We've got a lot of additional bits that are going out there. If you ever wanted to catch up on some quick phrases, I edit out a lot of the good lines that I hear in this operation because I think you guys say some great things. And I want other people to learn from each of us and the experience in this room. Because there's 1,500 years of realtor experience here all across North America, and we're just honored that you join us each day. We learn different things and get reminded of stuff. If I'm going to jump the line a little bit, keep this thread going with the open house concept. Holly Smith, you have your hand up.
Hey.
Were you going to talk about?
Yeah. So the QR code that Kim is talking about, I learned through, I guess, having people not sign in or give me fake information, which I'm sure other agents on this call have experienced that. So what I started doing, and thankfully it, like along the lines of Ronnie DiCarlo, COVID gave us a great excuse to have people sign in. So what I do is I have a form and I set it in 3 different places outside before they come to the house. And it says, scan the QR code, register, and come take a tour with us. And basically they will automatically get, so I use a Google form, and you can go to auto notifications and you add on a form, and it sends them the plat, the seller property disclosures, and the community association disclosure. So really anybody that has any resistance to seeing the house, that kind of goes away because they get all the information once they register. And if somebody tells me they don't want to register to sign in, I'll say, okay, I completely understand if that's the case. Feel free to take a look around outside, tour the backyard. Let me know what you think about it. We also have a virtual tour online, so you can access it that way. But if you want to come inside, feel free to do this little QR code here.
Bless your heart. You say that too. That's great, Holly. I love that. Take a look outside.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, I love it too.
Valerie Presley is here, VP.
And you can also say to somebody if they really have a problem with registering, well, listen, you're free to come back with your agent who already knows who you are and has all of your information. So which would you prefer?
That's it. If they're serious, they'll come back with the agent, right?
You know, there's no need to start a fight because I'd win anyway, but you know, you know, you always want to keep things on the good side because sometimes that person who's, you know, kind of crusty on the outside, they actually turn out to be nice on the inside. Right, Ian?
Blessings. That's not nice, Valerie.
I have had some people leave though. I have had that happen, and I'm okay with that.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. I
So
don't want
if
to
you
work with
listen
them
to what
anyway.
Holly said, there's a tier of escalation that you can do to offer value. They want to see the house to gather information. It's why they're there, for information. So have information at the ready, and it could be a digital flyer, it could be the disclosures, it could be all the different stuff. That's what we do with that. Ronnie DiCarlo is back. Ronnie, thank you for putting into the chat. Look in the chat, and Ronnie's going to say it one more time after he has this comment out. Go, Ronnie.
So yeah, I put it in the chat, guys. If you're with Keller Williams, you can set up a open house electronic sign-in sheet. After they sign in, it gives you a QR code. Take that QR code and use that as leverage. That's a MOFR, by the way. Secondly, as you see outside, I have, when I put my 50 or so signs on the lawn, I have my Giganto. That's outside. And that says, welcome to the open house, sign in. It's a two-step process. Now, I'm going to teach you something right now. Write this down. This is the best script ever. When they walk into the home, the first thing you say to them is this: welcome home. If it doesn't get a smile on their face or a little, you know, look at that, then you probably don't even want to look at these people anymore. But when you say welcome home, every time I get a smile out of them, that breaks the ice, that breaks the tension, and lets them understand where you're coming from, the professionalism that you bring. Secondly, when they walk in at the counter, there's Mini-Me. Mini-Me says, welcome to our open house. Sign in, view the house, ask questions, fall in love. Most of the time, people walk in and say, where do I sign in?
The sign says sign in.
Yeah.
So if we give them instructions, there's a lot of compliance naturally in people. We talk about that in the DISC class. And if they're not going to comply, it's usually easily to diffuse it because they're a D and they'll either leave or submit. But if it's an S, there's a why. Why is it? Why is it? And they'll share that with you. And if you reassure them, I'm not going to call you, I'm not going to share it, I'm not going to spam you, they'll submit because they want the information. So introduce those conversations and just be patient with people, offer some additional information and value. And if people are difficult, use Holly's script and say, listen, you're welcome to take a look around the outside. There's a virtual tour online. Or like Valerie said, if you're really committed, come back with your agent. That way you have a representative, the seller has a representative, and there's no confusion about what could happen. So it's just dialogue to have. Dan Tomarkin, let's go quickly. Dan T.
Yeah, quite quickly. I put this in the chat earlier and I'll just put it in again. It's a simple little script that I think you might be helpful for folks that object to like entering your information. And it's just simply, hey, you know, the good news is if you don't want to hear me after today, you can always block my phone and my email. So, you know, you're always in control. So with nothing to lose and everything to gain, just take 30 seconds to register and we can get you in the house.
It's nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's the script.
And you're always in the control. You can just block me. So, you know, not a problem. You don't have to worry about me spamming you.
Love it.
It's a non-issue.
Yeah. Not an issue. New Jersey, Maddie.
Oh, I of course say my seller needs information, but I also specify that I work only with people who want to work with me. So you say if I'm going to spam you.
Love it. Julie Hess, Central PA, close this topic out.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, so we love open houses and we have the large sign that you pull up. I think it's 6 feet. I think Ronnie was referencing to it, welcome, come in, sign in. So you're already setting the pace. But I'm going to let you guys know, I still use a paper sign in. And the reason why I use a paper sign in is because it's my opportunity to be the first one they talk to when they come in. And then I have questions. What led you here today? What about this house caught your attention? Have you been in the market for a while? Yeah, 6 months. Oh my gosh, have you written offers? Yeah, we wrote 5. So now they have an agent. So, and then how close did you get to getting it? And then they're like, well, we didn't get the gold, and so we got the silver. And and then, gosh, guys, by any chance, if I'm listing a home that might be an interest, would you want me to call your agent and let them know? Like, don't forget, that's the perfect dialogue, and they don't get past me first, and then I have usually 1 or 2 other agents in the house as well when we do open houses. But it's a great opportunity to set the pace right away. So I still have them sign in paper because it takes time, and then it's my time that I get to run through these scripts with them.
Run through the dialogue. Love it. That we're going to get a certain opportunity to be on stage and build a relationship with people. And they're going to give us that chance for a brief moment. And if you introduce value, you may be the reason that they say, you know what, these other agents that have been serving me aren't hitting the number like this individual is. They have asked me really thoughtful questions. They seem like they really care. I really don't like my brother-in-law anyway. Who needs to use him? All right, so I want to introduce the script today. Easy one. It's a component of the listing presentation. If you go into a listing presentation, have certain people done a lot of research on you before they come out? Perhaps did you send a pre-listing packet to give them information about you? Like the strategies are there, the information is online. So when you go into the presentation, is this 1986 anymore, Ronnie, where they have no information and they're waiting for the song and dance? Oh, Ronnie, please tell me how the MLS works. Right? And they might not know how the MLS works, but wouldn't it be terrible if you went through a start to finish explanation of real estate to somebody who's relocated 15 times? Think about that. So you're going to enter some of these listing opportunities, having created the relationship. So go in and don't just look at your watch. It's 5 o'clock. I've arrived. It's 5 o'clock. Just go in and see if we're ready to get started with the paperwork. We talked in the beginning, you could literally list a home. Ian, you want 500,000 for your house? You ready to get started today?
Yes.
I'm going to send you the paperwork. You sign it, all thing, and we'll get the photographer schedule will be underway. Does that sound like a plan?
Deal.
Do that, guys. And then if they say we need to meet, when you go in, start with my script that I put in the chat. Ian, are you ready to get started? I'm so excited to help you sell your house.
Yeah. Can you have it on the market by Saturday?
I sure can. And, just out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you can't wait for me to get to leave this house, and 10 being you're ready to hire me today, where are you with that?
Just send me the paperwork and have it on the market by Saturday.
Done.
Bye.
Very often, guys, we're in this preparation phase when the preparation has already been done. They don't need to hear a 15, 30-minute walkthrough. Find out what they want to hear. Find out if they're just ready to get started. They may have been such a diligent online lurker, they know all about you. So who wants to read through this script for me? Let's go, Shirley.
So Chris, are you ready to get started?
Well, we're here to meet with you. We kind of want to find out about the process, about you and all that sort of thing.
Okay, so after we've met, now I'm going to ask you. So are you ready to get started?
Can you tell me a little bit more about how that particular part works?
Okay. Just out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you can't wait for me to leave, and you can't wait for me to leave, and 10 being you are ready to hire me today, where are we?
If we can just cover this one detail, I think we'd get to a 10, but right now I'm kind of at an 8.
Okay. And what is that one detail that we need to handle?
Blankety blank.
Okay. I
And
don't
now
know.
you know, right? But that's it. Right now you've been told. If you end up talking about marketing and they're really concerned about pricing and the addition that they made, are we investing in the right part of their concern? So what concerns you, Shirley? Well, Shirley, I'm really concerned how we're going to find buyers, because I'm seeing a couple houses in the neighborhood that have been on the market 30 days and they're not selling. I'm really concerned we're going to be one of those people not selling. So Shirley, do you know how to talk to me now about what we're going to do? So they've revealed to us, hey, here's where my gap is. And we're going to say, okay, well, let's talk more about that. What's important about that? What do you need to know to understand more about that? Looking at those circumstances, if we want to do a different approach, would pricing make sense or would condition be the best way to approach it? Like looking at your kitchen, was your kitchen that was renovated last year a certain need that we have? No, it looks great. But look at your landscaping in the front. Could you put some effort into landscaping to be better than the ones that are on the market? So are you ready to get started? Use that script when you enter into a conversation and just see if you're ready just to send the paperwork. When you get a listing opportunity, my friends, very often you're in this relationship already and it's not a competition. People are ready just to do the paperwork and move forward and start your amazing sale plan. So think about this in terms of what you can work out in your breakout room today, that you're going to work out what a listing opportunity would sound like and how do you fast track that? You're prepared. You're ready to go through marketing. You're ready to go through all the examples. But if you're walking into a listing appointment, what are you going to say to fast track that to signatures like we role modeled today? So with a double thumbs up, my friends, down below is a breakout room button. You can click the 3 dots, 1, 2, 3. Breakout rooms will pop up. Jump into one that's got 2 or 3 people. Get a good round robin on this for whatever you want to talk about. We'll come back on the other side with golden bumper sticker nuggets. Thanking the people we worked out with. See you on the other side. Is that a philism just out of curiosity, Frank?
It is.
I like that. What do I want to do in the main room here? Oh, Strickland is back. Good to see you, Alicia. There we
Hey,
go.
Chris, thanks for shouting me out. I got your email yesterday. It reminded me to come back.
There you go. We hit over 200, Ian. Do you like that? You've been watching those numbers? Email campaign jostled them back in. Got that.
You're learning.
Well, we're gonna have to do Ian's favorite part of the show at the end for Ronnie's birthday.
I think so. Ian, can I lock him in? Let me see if I can lock
I
him
don't know why everybody feels they need to sing happy birthday or come
Because
on
we do.
at the end of the show. It's just not
Not gonna
necessary.
play. It's a funny bit. It's a funny bit. This bit is a good bit.
That's the fast one, Ian. It's not
It's,
the
Ian, remember how often we used to do this?
exactly every
great.
day. Remember?
Be grateful. Be grateful.
Exactly. It's Ronnie.
It's Ronnie now.
Happy birthday is beyond Ian's word count.
That is true. That is true. It's a high word count.
Too
Oh,
many
my goodness.
syllables.
I want to hear him sing one day. Do you sing, Ian? Do you do karaoke?
What do you think?
It has to be one-on-one. No, it has to be.
So, and then I tell him, y'all know, leave
It has
it
to be in
alone.
person.
Okay?
You're gonna have to do it in person.
But wait, he's
I'm
got
saying
little people.
elevate.
He's got
Z
mini
knows.
me's. Do you sing happy birthday to your kids? Or do you leave the room?
He
I mean,
signs the
come on.
check.
What's the script?
Happy birthday to you. All right. Who's here to be serious? Who's here to be serious? Z, I'd list with you, but I need you to do it for less because blank said they do it for less.
Okay, what's important to you about doing it for less?
You know, if I can save more money, then I'm going to make more money. So, you know, that's the thing. If we can just do it for less, I'll end up with a better net result.
Okay, I understand that. Is anything else?
No, just if you can do it for less, we're ready to go forward.
Okay, and let me ask you again, what do you want to net? Is this the price that you wanted to net?
We need to net 500.
Okay, if I help you to net 500, what I get, does that take away from you?
Well, if we could get more, I'd take more too.
Okay, but you want to net 500, right?
That's at least what we want to net, yeah. But I'd take more if more comes to the table.
So if I help you to net 500 or more, so what I'm making, does that concern you?
Well, if I pay for it, I mean, then it's, less money that I pay means more money in my pocket, doesn't it?
Okay, what is that person that said they're gonna pay less for? What is that person is gonna offer you?
I mean, the kind of the same stuff, right? Don't y'all realtors do the same thing? Just put it on the MLS and
No, I do 9 things. I do 8 things that other realtors do not do, and I created it. So is your home a discount home?
no, it's a nice home, Z. You've seen it.
Exactly. So why would you go to a discount broker to give you a discount service?
Well, it's more money in my pocket.
I understand it's more money in your pocket. However, if I can get you more money and me getting what I get to pay to market your home. Okay, what do you do again? Let me go this way.
All right. I work in an account. I work in human resources.
Okay, you work in human resources. So if you for your pay, right, your rent or your pay. So if your manager come to you and tell you to work and deal with everything that you're dealing with for less, how would you take that?
Well, I wouldn't want that. I mean, we have contracts and we agree to what the terms are.
Okay. So how would you feel like paying someone for less than what they want?
Well, it couldn't happen that way because we're all under agreement.
I understand you're under agreement. No, you give me a hard time. I understand you're under agreement. However, I understand you are under agreement, but I'm not using both. However,
Z, can I help you?
yes, please. I'm talking.
Okay. Chris, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How are you deciding which agent you're going to hire?
Oh,
well, I mean, if we can put more money in our pocket, that's really what we're looking for.
So you want the cheapest realtor, not the best realtor. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I want the best outcome.
Well, but again, usually people who want the best outcome want to pay for the right service. They don't necessarily want the cheapest realtor. I can find you a realtor who'll do it for $500. You just might take longer to get there and you're not going to get the best outcome. The best outcome is not necessarily the cheapest. So you still haven't answered my question. You want the cheapest or you want the best? It sounds to me like you want the best.
Well, we definitely want to not do it in a long and protracted way. That's for sure.
So if I can get your home sold by next week, are you okay paying me what I feel I'm worth? Based on following my system exactly the way I lay it out to get your home sold.
Can you get it sold next week?
Yes. So you want the best. You don't want the cheapest.
We need it sold next week. That would be great.
All right, cool. Done. Let's go.
Thank you, Stephen.
Sorry, Z. Thank
no,
you.
you good. Thank you.
No, I felt bad.
Yes,
Z,
that was very good.
Stephen, you and I have known each other for a bit, and so we currently have a rapport relationship. So Z's really comfortable stepping up. I want everyone to know that it didn't always start this way, did it?
No.
No, it doesn't start this way. Z, you and I, the first time you did it, how did you feel when you did a role play?
Comfortable. Oh, no, I'm sorry, uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And for how many different reasons each of us has a level of being uncomfortable. And this space, like where we are in this room, where the small groups are, is that chance to get a little uncomfortable where it's not costing us any money. Like Z knows when Stephen jumps on, is Stephen's coaching to you valuable, Z, at this particular instant pop-up moment? Did you find that valuable?
Yes, because that's why I do 8 things different.
So many of these things. If we're just here in the moment and trying to be intentional about growing as a salesperson, a counselor, a realtor, however you want to view this career, it's these challenging moments where we're working with each other that you can level up this skill and then it's not costing you 10 grand because you couldn't close the deal. We've got to get to closing questions, closing scenarios, so that we're being really purposeful with our time. And we're not uncertain about where the money's coming from. We've made an offer. Do you want to list the house? Here's the paperwork. Until you're sending paperwork, getting people to sign in, getting people to write offers, none of it matters. We've got to get to those sort of instruction points where they're ready to sign documents for us. So I love the fact that Z steps up and she's confident, and I pray that she's showing you guys it's all there. Step up. You can role play with everybody here.
And Chris, we all make mistakes. I mean, I screw up all the time. I screw up nonstop on appointments. Like nonstop. I forget a script. I forget what to ask. I forget what questions. We all make that mistake sometimes, or we push too hard when we shouldn't push too hard. Right? Like it just depends. We've all been there.
Learning how the people are, like how when I was talking earlier today with Dan, and I love Dan Tomark, and he and I have known each other for a long time. But as Dan is talking to me, he's breaking down things in a very analytical way, right? Look at Ian. Ian's nodding his head. Dan's a bit analytical, and Dan is just a process-driven thought person. And so if you interrupt that process with a person who's that kind of thinker, you're not going to get to your desired result. So very often when people are in this dialogue with us, if they're really decisive and pushing our buttons, that feels uncomfortable because they seem pushy. And if they're very conversational and less committal, they seem flaky. And so we need to be in alignment with people and serve them in the way that they show up with us so that we can get these deals closed. I don't think it is Ian's birthday. It's Ronnie's birthday, I believe.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, Stephen.
I have two of the most high C clients I've ever seen in my life. And it's painful for me to get them to sign the paperwork. They've already committed to hiring me and Erica. Like, that's not the issue. But just getting them to sign the paperwork is like painful. The most painful I've ever been through in my life.
They want to measure the gutters and everything. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, they want me to. They should we paint the steps going down to the basement? And my answer to that was, no one's ever said, "Great steps, I'm buying this home." I've never heard someone say, "Great basement steps, I'm buying the home."
So I had clients one time that when they built the house, they convinced the builder, because they did the engineering, to improve the concrete slab footprint by just 6 inches on each side. And by pushing it out 6 inches, do you know what also increased in size? Their closets and their interior space. And so for them, because they squeezed that builder so hard when they built it, they really thought that that extra blank was going to be the difference maker for everyone with their home. And I had to say, I said, this house looks just like the one 3 doors down. It's literally the same model. No one can sense the closet's different. Yours is the only one.
Yeah, no one will know.
No one will know. It's
Exactly.
a production community. It's,
Yes.
I wish it was different. I hope you enjoyed it. I know the builder didn't enjoy doing it that way, but nonetheless, it's there. Closing those breakout rooms. You got a minute left in the main room. If you want to ask me something, you can throw a name in the hat and say, "Hey, Chris."
Hey, Chris, I am so glad that you called me. You know, we would maybe be interested in selling and buying, but we really need these interest rates to come down.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I so appreciate you calling me back. You mentioned interest rates. What are you thinking about interest rates? What's a competitive rate that would get you excited?
Well, you know, we've got a 2.75 on our house right now on our mortgage.
Yeah. You know that's not coming back, right?
Well, yeah, it could.
Oh, really?
I mean,
You know,
it came down once.
It
But
did
even
come
if
down
it
once.
doesn't, I mean, how can I sell with a 2.75 and jump into a 6%?
You know, the math makes sense to a lot of people because the house is serving them in a higher level. Like in the current situation, what's making you want to think about moving based on the current house besides the mortgage rate?
Well, we would just like a bigger house.
Okay. Bigger house would serve you how? Like, what do you want to do in the house that would be better?
We like to entertain. It would give us more space, you know, more room for our family.
Yeah. Okay. And if you were saving money along the way, that'd be good, right?
Yeah.
And if you were making money in terms of appreciation, have you ever seen, like in your previous real estate experience, the appreciation effect as you live in a house, like how much money it goes up based on the market tide?
No.
Like, would it surprise you to know that people who bought a home in 2015 almost doubled in value by today?
Oh, wow.
And that's through all those different interest rates, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So if you could afford the monthly payment and you were building equity based on appreciation, would it make sense to look at how to move then?
It'd definitely be something to look at the numbers. Yeah.
Like if you could get it below the historical average, isn't that a safe bet if it's below the historical average?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, not like the deal of a lifetime, but certainly 2% is an amazing deal. And in our lifetime, we've only seen that once. But we've seen 6% for decades. And that's when a lot of people decide.
thinking about you.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, back on the other side, golden bumper sticker nuggets. To go away and have a powerful day. You can thank people that made an impact in your day and shout them out. We're going to do a little birthday song at the end for Ronnie. And I put into the chat, if you want to do the disc workshop starts next week, put that Eventbrite link in the chat. You can sign up there and join us in that workshop. It'll be a lot of fun. Suzanne is here. What's going on, Miss Suzanne?
Well, just for the shout outs, I just wanted to say in response to the on a scale of 1 to 10, Shirley gave a great response, which is if they say something like, you're a 7, you're a 5, what can I do to make it a 10? Thought that was dynamite.
Wouldn't you want to know that on the front end? Like we really, if we're able to answer purposefully where their concern is, we're going to win. And that's the 1 to 10 conversation is an example of how to really gauge how we are in the relationship. So that when they're hitting a 9 or a 10, we just send them the paperwork. All right. In Renee, it should be there under the Eventbrite. I'll reintroduce it
Yeah,
tomorrow
when I
again.
clicked on it, it's just giving me the information. So
Interesting. All right, let me redo that, and you'll have an email. It'll be on the Facebook group. We'll
Okay, thank you.
repost it tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. But guys, my honor to serve you and to facilitate this, to see everybody here. And so on the count of 3, we're going to do the fastest happy birthday song. Lisa Perliman, are you here?
I am.
Perliman's here. Mark Benson may or may not be here. If not, Aziz will take over. And we're going to do the fast version of the birthday song, clapping and shouting as much as we can. Ian has already bailed, but that's okay. We honor Ronnie DiCarlo because he gives us so much content on our things. We are lucky enough to meet him a couple times in person myself. Maybe you have. And we are so honored for Ronnie to be part of our group. We love you, Ronnie. We love your contributions to us in the real estate community. And we're honored to have known you as long as we have, Ronnie. Kudos to you. Blessings on your birthday. On the count of 3, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday,
Ronnie.
Happy birthday to you,
Happy birthday,
Ronnie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ian Bueno. Happy birthday, Ronnie. Love you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Ronnie. Love you.
Received inspiration. Now go put in the perspiration.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
Thank you, Brenda.
Bye, everybody.
Have a successful day.
Yay, Mark.
Hey, thanks, Mark.